9. The NIV reads it this way. It says, call to me and I will answer you, and I will tell you great and unsearchable things that you do not know. Right. Thank you so much. My brothers and sisters, there's something powerful in knowing that when you call, that you will be answered. Yeah. Do I have a witness? I don't think there's anybody in here that has a cell phone that would like to pick up their phone and ring whoever they're calling and not get an answer. Do I have a witness? Yes, sir. Yeah, but it's something about when you call on the Lord and you know He's going to answer you when you don't have strength to answer yourself. Do I have a witness? Yeah. I remember when I was a little boy. I remember, I've never been a little boy, but I remember when I was younger that my father, Dr. White, Eugene White, he would take me and my sister to the store and he'd buy us a drink, a 16-ounce, the bottle. And back then, when you small like that, you can't really open up the bottle on your own. Right. I remember I would twist and I would strain and do everything I could to get that bottle open. Right. Do I have a witness? And I could, and for some reason, I could not get that bottle open. Yeah. But I remember calling on my father. Yeah. I said, hey, Daddy, I can't get this bottle open. Can you help me out? Right. I couldn't help, when I looked at this, I couldn't help but think back to that time. When you get in a situation that you can't get the door open for yourself. Right. I found out that we have a father we can call on. Do I have a witness? Yeah, we got a father that we can call on, and not only can we call on him, but how many of y'all know he can fix whatever the problem is? Do I have a witness? Yeah, that's why Jeremiah 33:3, it says, call unto me, and I will answer thee and show thee great and mighty things which thou knowest not. That childhood moment, that memory, wasn't just about the bottle. Yeah. Do I have a witness? Yes, sir. It was about learning to call on the one who has the power. Yes, sir. I want y'all praying with me. And that is where you find Jeremiah in this text. It says he's not standing in a palace. Okay. Do I have a witness? He's not on vacation. He's not on a cruise ship. No. Do I have a witness? Yes. But he's sitting in prison. He's not surrounded by comfort, but he's surrounded by chaos. And right there, God gives him a word. He says, call unto me. It's as if God was saying, Jeremiah, stop trying to fix it with your own strength and stop trying to make sense of it by your own mind, but just call on me. I feel like there's somebody here today that God has spoken to you, said you can't fix it by yourself. Yeah. Do I have a witness? Yeah. Call on him. I don't know who you are today, but if y'all don't mind, can you help me encourage your neighbor? Look at a neighbor, say, neighbor. That problem you've been going at. I want you to know you can't handle it. You ought to give it over to the Lord. Yeah. Can somebody give God a praise right there? Yeah. But tonight, I don't want to go too far because I mess around and get happy. But at this point in history, we see Jeremiah was confined by the courtyard. Right. And he was a prisoner for preaching the truth of God. And I couldn't help but think about these 3 words that God had told Jeremiah. He says, call unto me. Yeah. The Hebrew word for call is korah, and it means to cry out, to summon, to proclaim publicly. Yes. I feel like that's where each and every one of us have been into that same situation as Jeremiah. Life has placed us in a situation where we've had to cry out. You really don't care about who's around you. You really don't care about who's watching, but you're able to say, I got a private problem, but I don't mind calling on him publicly. Do I have a witness? Yeah. But it says, call unto me and I will answer thee. what we see is that when he said, call unto me, that is an invitation. A lot of us will have, what I've discovered is we as Christians, sometimes we're too polite. We don't like to show up to something unless we receive an invitation. Don't have a witness. But God is saying, since you're waiting for an invitation, here's one right here. Call on me. He says, call on me in the way. He says, call me when trouble comes. Call me when the storms are like raging. Just call on my name.
Call on it.
The scripture says this. He says, matter of fact, since you didn't hear me one time, I said it several times. It says, if you call on me, those who call on me shall be saved. Do I have a witness? He said, just call me. You know, I know y'all getting ready to shout, but I don't want to mess you up. I know we heard that song by New Edition, the Mr. Telephone Man.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with my line. Because when I dial my back, y'all know the song. He says I get a click every time. But what God is letting us know, he says that you can call on me and the line will never be busy.
Yeah.
Do I have a witness? So number one, the first thing, and I got to let it go. Number one, the first thing he says, call on me. But then he says, and I will answer.
Yeah, he going to answer.
That's what I like about it. He says, not only can you call on me, but it says you can expect a response when you call on me. Do I have a witness? Yes. And that's what I love about it. Is that we serve a God that not only does he hear you, but that lets me know that he'll help you. Do I have a witness? That's why we got to learn. That's why we got to learn how to pray our way through. Do I have a witness? In Promised Land, we got this thing. It's a saying that prayer is not our last resort, but it's our first response. Yeah. Do I have a witness? See, a lot of times you got to when you get in a situation. You know, we'll turn our situations into movies when they really should have been commercials. I don't think y'all hear me. We'll turn our situations into movies when they really should have been a commercial.
30 seconds.
You know how those movies go. When something bad go on, they say, we've done everything we can do. Now all we can do is pray. I look at that, I said, had y'all prayed at the very beginning, we could have been moved on to something else. But because God has promised us, he said, if you call on me, he says, I will send you an answer. That's the guarantee. So number one, we had the invitation, but after you get the invitation, you receive the guarantee. But what I love about it is that God never just fills your cup, he makes it overflow. He says, I've given you the guarantee, but let me give you a little bonus to it. He says, then I will show you something that you can never, and unsearchable things. I'm getting ready to let you go, but I came to encourage you that you have to learn how to pray your way through. When trouble comes, you got to pray your way through. Can I tell you, prayer changes things. I believe somebody here that got some praying folks in here that know that prayer changes things. I'm not trying to run over my time, but I want to say this.
Come on, take your time.
You know, I'm reminded of a story when I was younger. I heard that there was a church that was looking to elect a pastor. Yeah, and one group, you know how you got groups that like certain type of things. They said one group got out said, we need a scholarly preacher that has a degree. The other group jumped up and said, no, I tell you what we need. We need a preacher that has experience, that's pastored before. Old deacon, he lifted his hand up. He said, I tell you what we really need. We need a tall preacher. They said, a tall preacher? What you mean by a tall preacher? He said, I tell you what, we need a preacher that can be on his knees and still reach heaven. And can I tell y'all, prayer works every time. And when folks will not listen to you, can I tell you, they will listen to God. Because how many of y'all know God has power to change me? I'm getting excited, but I got to let it go. But I want you to know, he says, call on me. I want you to know you can call him in the morning. And you can call him in the evening. You can call him late in the midnight hour. And I want you to know he will answer your call. Somebody ought to give God a hand clap.